Okay, we need to go and check our speed. So fast.com. And as usual, cell speed, no. So let's change that to the Wi-Fi at the hotel. I've also found that the Wi-Fi inside Disney, inside the parks, is better as well. It used to not be, but it is now. So we will redo, and you can see it is much better here in the hotel, the Wi-Fi. So that's what we do. Okay. Back to join now. Confirm party. That is where we want to be, right here, because those are the two people that are going. So we hit refresh. We don't want our account to time out. Let's do rolled clock. This way we can get our timing down. We know that right at 7 is when we have to tap. So you want to be here, that way you can see the timing, as I call it. So 7, 8, 9, 10, just like that. And you'll get the rhythm down. And when it gets to be 6:59, then you're really counting. And I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, you can see that we are within a minute. Flip back over. Refresh, all looks well. $30 seconds. 3, 4, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 56, 7, 58, 59. Bam. Done. Okay, now we want to go to Ratatouille. Immediately, book experience, continue, and now we have him from 9:30 to 10:30. Perfect. It's that fast, and I'll show you how fast. 23 seconds fast. In 23 seconds, I have a virtual queue, and I have a Ratatouille from 9:30 to 10:30, and you can see it works out perfect for 10 a.m. Now, if you want to rope drop, then you can rope drop Test Track, or you can rope drop Frozen. Or if you are having a slower moment, maybe not you, but maybe your family is, then you can wait a little bit longer to get to the parks. Redeeming between 9:30 and 10:30 is exactly what that is. There is no leeway. So when you have a lightning lane, or if you pay for an individual lightning lane, then you will have to be there during that time. Okay, it says our Guardians callback is at 10:55. It said that yesterday, but it was more in the right before 10. Okay, if you want to buy an individual lightning lane, at this point, you would do that as well. You can see it would cost $14. If you are hopping to another park, Then you would come up and change park. Let's see what Rise looks like right now. And you can buy one for Rise if you want to, okay? Also, the other ones available would be Flight of Passage. Looks like it's 11. Or Magic Kingdom, all the way down to Seven Dwarf Mine Train, 10. You can have 2 of those a day. And those are non-refundable, and you have to be there during those times as well. But you can see I've already got my Genie Plus. If I wanted to, and I already have my Guardians virtual queue, but if I wanted to ride Guardians again, then I could go and see available times. And I can actually choose the time that I want to go. Okay. So if you know that you want to be there at a certain time, or you're only going to be at the park for a certain time, then you're better to just pay. Okay. And then I click back to my day, and you can see this is my day. One thing to remember, as I've mentioned a couple of times, that lightning lane time is fixed. So if you are not rope dropping, meaning that you are not walking to the park right now because it's 7 o'clock, then you need to get your timing right, working backward from the time you need to be at that lightning lane to know what time you need to leave to get to the park. So for this, we'll use 9:30 because that's our Remy. We are staying at Swan Reserve, knowing that we can walk over to Epcot. Always allow yourself 30 minutes for walking. Even though it may not take you that long, it's best just to overestimate. So then backing out, that means 9 o'clock. If you were going to stop and get coffee or something to eat, then you need to add that time in as well. So another 15 to 30 minutes. So no later than 8:30, we would need to leave. If you are taking the bus, you need to give yourself an hour. The buses run every 20 minutes. However, in the morning, sometimes they are more frequent, sometimes they are not. The buses are not always every 20 minutes. So you definitely need to allow for that. And what if you walk up and the bus is leaving? Well, now you have to wait even more, okay? And then you have the time that it takes to get from your resort to the park. And depending which resort you are staying and which park you are going, depends on that length of time, okay? So if you are at an Epcot resort and you are taking the bus to Magic Kingdom, 15 minutes, okay? If you are at Animal Kingdom resort, and that does include the value resorts, so the All-Stars, and you are going to Magic Kingdom, you need to allow 30 minutes. I know that the time in the app says 20 to 25, but that does not allot for traffic. The buses are a little bit slower, things like that. So you always want to pad your commute time when you're down here at Disney for unforeseen things, okay? So I always tell people, if you're taking a bus, an hour before. And while we're on the subject of the bus, the cast members in the app will tell you that the buses will start running an hour prior to opening. So for this discussion, we are going to Epcot, and it says 8:30 is the opening. Well, that's public opening, 8 a.m. is when resort guests can get in. So that means the buses should be running at 7. They are, but usually that first bus is going to come about 15, 20, 25 minutes before. So instead of 7, which would be an hour before 8, she's going to be about 6:40 or 6:45. So if you're wanting to be on that first bus, excuse me, Hollywood Studios would be a reason to do this, to be on that first bus. Then you need to get to the bus stop at 6:30. And I know that's early, but it will pay off in the long run when you get there and you're in the front of the line to get into security and to get into the park and for that first attraction, which at Hollywood Studios would be Slinky. And you can go ahead and get him done. He is a long line during the day. He is also subject to break during the day or go down because of weather. And it is Florida, and if it rains, it's going to rain. Unless you're not in the rainy season, which is only like 3 or 4 months, maybe November, December, January, February, maybe March. Okay, so if you're not in those months, then it's going to rain. So it's best to go ahead and get Slinky done at Hollywood Studios. It's best to go ahead and get Test Track done at Epcot. Get Everest done at Animal Kingdom. And Thunder Mountain, 7 Dwarf Mine Train, Jungle Cruise, if it's on your to-do list, over at Magic Kingdom, as those can go down because of weather.